about to get serious here!
There's no way it gets to me now.
Alright everyone, JB here, and we're back with another Dragon Ball Legends video on the channel today. Now today, really quick, we're going to go ahead and do a couple of my predictions for the part 1 of the Legends Fest with the recent trailers that just came out a couple days ago. It's a little, it's going a little bit of a, I guess you can say, opinion wise around the community. Some people are thinking it's, UI, Zamasu, Goku Black, different options out there. These are just some options I want to see personally, and just some I'm going to throw in there as well because of the trailer. The trailer kind of did give us some hints. So yeah, we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be using Dokkan info for today because Dokkan has some of those concept characters that I'm going to talk about that Legends doesn't have just yet. And we also, towards the end of the video, as a bonus, we're going to mention a couple characters from the Powerful Opponent tag. It could possibly be our next Zenkai coming up this weekly reset on Tuesday night. So be sure, just look out for that. And as always, if you're new around here, consider leaving a like on the video and join the channel. It's very much appreciated. We've been growing pretty efficient over here. I haven't had as much time to look, and check all of this different stuff on my analytics. But you guys have been subscribing. I see the channel growing, and I do appreciate it. I do really appreciate it because at the end of the day, your boy's just, I'm just a regular guy. I'm just working, and then I just make videos in spare time. But first option, obviously, I feel like this one is, at this point, I don't even know if they intentionally left that in the Japanese trailer. Was it supposed to be a hint, or did they accidentally leak it? Because this form, UI Goku, whether it's UI or MUI, has a tendency to be leaked every single time during a big celebration, either anniversary or Legends Fest. Last year, it was Legends Fest. The Ultra UI got leaked. I was so disappointed because, don't get me wrong, you know what's coming, right? It's a leak, but it ruins the hype. That's the whole point of a celebration. It ruins the hype, the expectations that you have to summon and try to get the character, right? And I feel like that right there made it, it was obviously he was a good character and all that good stuff, but it was a bit of a letdown, right? And then I think fourth year anniversary, the LF MUI, he also got leaked. So yeah, but hopefully it wasn't a leak. Hopefully it was just an actual hint that they gave us. Now, Dokkan does have this concept. This is what I was thinking that we could see for part 1. Because if that leak, well not leak, but if that hint was some form of a, just something to jab at a UI, we could see it transform a UI as an LF. We don't have that one just yet, I believe. I could be wrong, right? But we don't have that one just yet, and I don't know why I did that. It might be, oh, okay, there we go. So we're just lagging a little bit, but yeah, a transforming UI into an MUI, that is something that I would personally love to see. We don't have that one, just so to say. We have like a revival, we have the regular MUI, then we have also the Ultra UI. All the ones that's missing is either this or an Ultra MUI. So if we don't get this, right, we don't get him for part 1, the chances of him being in part 3 Ultra is still very high then. I say either him or probably full power like Super Saiyan 4 Goku, because I feel like GT is somewhere in this festival again, because we just got a free to play Senshin run, I believe, a little bit last week, so, or this week, earlier this week. So yeah, hopefully we see that in part 1. I do believe part 1 will probably be 2 banners like last year, where we had the Beast Gohan and Evoken for part 1, and then we get 1 banner for part 2, and then obviously the Ultra. Now our second option, now this one is something that I mentioned earlier this year in my early prediction video for the festival. I would love to see these guys. Hit needs some love in the game. Ever since his Ultra, which we got a little bit a while back, there's not much. Universe Rep as a tag as well hasn't really seen too many buffs, not since Legends Fest. That was like the last buff, so it's been almost a year. So they're kind of getting the GT treatment that GT got last year. So it's kind of like, Toshi Heat Uno reversed it, and then So hopefully we're gonna probably see some form of universe rep in this festival, at least one unit. I can at least guarantee that, because it has to be somewhere in this festival, right? We already have the trailer. Who's going to be the part 3 ultra? So it's either MUI for the ultra, or he's going to be an LF, or we could get these guys as an LF as well, and then we can kind of keep our heads on the swivel, just knowing that ultra MUI, he's probably going to be the ultra if we don't get him for part 1. So yeah, that's pretty exciting. I would love to see these guys. Dokkan art, like I said, I'm on Dokkan Info. They have a pretty good amount of concepts of characters that I like to kind of throw out there when I'm doing these type of videos. Now, besides them, when I say a 2 banner, right? 2 banners, I think we could probably see heroes versus villains, right? Now, this guy right here, I believe, yeah. So this is something that's probably going to become pretty common in the game. Now, excuse me right there, guys. I had to clear my throat. But this is probably something that's going to become pretty common in the game. We could possibly see a fusion mechanic, Zamasu and Dr. Black. This is something that everyone has been asking for. Even if it isn't this, let's just say Zamasu and Ultra Zamasu is the part 3 Ultra. I would be okay with that. I would be very, very glad about that, because it's just like, give us something from future, right? Something. Zamasu, Vegito, Gohan. Gohan needs some form. I don't think he's going to show up, during this festival. But eventually, I want to see something new from future. Because I believe that the correct term for it is synchro gauge that you use. But obviously, it's fusing. So that's a bit short term. But hopefully, you'll see like a tag LF from them. You'll probably also see these guys. This is something that I feel like, festival wise, I do think they're hyped enough. I don't think they're not, I just feel like a lot of people probably will look at it as, it's basically just a Fusion 17. I mean, that's basically what, let's just say for like the Vegito, we already have an Ultra Vegito. We already have Ultra Vegito Blue, and an LF one. But these guys, if we get some form of them, they can fuse into the Super 17, Hellfighter, and regular. And which one is this? Yeah, the regular Android 17. So, yeah, I would hopefully like to see this, because what was the point of giving us a free-to-play, powerful opponent character? Because if it was a guarantee that we were going to get some form of a hero unit or some form of like universe rep, I feel like they would have made it, they would have made obviously a free to play unit somewhere close to that. So powerful opponent either has to be, in the banner for part 1, maybe part 2. It's somewhere along the line there. Somewhere along the line there. I truly believe it. These guys are something I would love to see. And I'm going to throw in a couple more bonus characters just for the sake of it, because I threw these guys in with some of my predictions for the anniversary. Now, I did get the gods right, except we only got Daradotu. So, I'm hoping to see some form of a tag, gods. Maybe they stay in their, their god forms and they're just a tag character. Or like Dokkan, they can transform. I don't know how they would do that. I don't know if it would be like off of like a certain special card, maybe a green card, maybe a new like a new mechanic to be able to transform into a new form. Something similar to what the like I was mentioning earlier with like the fusion mechanic. That's obviously you're transforming into a whole new warrior in a form. So it would definitely be interesting to see. But I do want I want the god, just the god form itself. It's such a cool form. Yeah, you can't really hate on it. It's kind of like when people bash, let's say like certain form. Like I think Super Saiyan 4 is an awesome form. It's one of the better forms in GT. GT itself isn't even a bad show. I think people just, since it wasn't, canon, a lot of people just kind of put it off. But I watched the show as a kid, and it was actually, it was interesting. So I would love to see them give some form of a, just give it some form of love, because it's not guaranteed, right? I could be wrong. They it could even possibly come out for part 2 banners. But at the same time, there's still a chance. All these units that I'm mentioning have a chance. And let's just be honest, if I'm wrong, because I feel like one of these units are going to be right. You know, I have to guess at least one of these. I've already guessed, what else? We've already guessed, I can't really think on it right now, but I'll try to remember later on for you guys in the video. But same thing here, you know, people are asking for this as well, because if Future is in here, we can also see a Vegito Blue, and a fusion mechanic. You know, this is probably going to be something that's going to become a bit normal. Like I said, pretty since it's already in the game, it's a new mechanic now. We could possibly see that. I like what Dokkan did though, with because I think this Vegeta was from the worldwide celebration, so I do like what they did with him, because there are some animations that they threw on the card art that I didn't really see before in the show. So, you know, Legends has done that before, you know, reanimating certain animations or giving certain characters like Demon Originals new forms. I mean, new animations. So, and then someone else was also talking about it. We could possibly see an Ultra MUI and the Beast Gohan for part 3. And you know, I would have believed that, but they said 2 Ultras. And at the same time, I don't think that, you know, it's a chance, right? You know, at the end of the day, the only way they were going to get that in the game is if they make that character, let's say like an LF, and, you know, like an LF tag character, and we get them as a game's original. That's all they have to do, really. Because if they do that, right, they throw on the tag game's original, and that's all they have to do. That's how they avoid the license issues, and they can just say it's a, you know, an original character from the game Dragon Ball Legends, so they can't really, you know, get bashed about it. But at the end of the day, it's like I said, it's a slim chance. And really quick, we're just gonna go over a couple characters that I think that's gonna be our our powerful opponent Zenkai. Now I think these guys are gonna be the top of my list. When these guys first released, I think it's been like what, 2 years now, about 2 years now, probably a little bit longer than that. But yeah, when these guys first released, they were terrorizing PvP for about 2-3 months straight. They were on the top 2, top 3 list. They were just terrorizing PvP, and it was insane until the anniversary came around and everything. They had a counter for it for them. They were on a rampage. So I would love to see them, because we obviously are, you know, getting tagged Zenkai characters, because they already did it for the Budu role and they're a tag character. So we already know that it's confirmed that we're gonna possibly get, you know, another one. Another one I would like to see is this Hellfighter 17. This guy was pretty solid on his release. Not a bad unit at all. He was I believe he was a defense type, support type, one of those. And he was, you know, just constantly taking away your Dragon Balls, constantly restoring health. And he was pretty tanky, you know, if you got him to a decent amount of stars. And hopefully, you know, they consider it. This guy right here, Goku Black. Now, the Zenkais, I would say they do kind of also hint towards what we're gonna get. But the free-to-play character obviously is the one that's the biggest hint at. But if we do get, you know, a Zenkai Goku Black, there's a good chance the monster's somewhere in there, or future-related stuff is in there. That's all that we can say for so far. But those are my 3 top picks for just, like, you know, powerful opponent. Obviously there's other characters, but this video is going to be even longer than it needs to be. But with that being said, it's going to be it for today's video. Those are my 3 characters for the Zenkais. As I mentioned, these are my top picks, I would say, for characters that I would like to see come this festival. I didn't mention the Ultra, because that's part 3. This video was mainly just for like part 1 units that could possibly come. But you know, these 2, like I said, were just bonuses for maybe a part 2. So that being said though, I do appreciate you all for joining the channel. Like I mentioned earlier, if you made it this far in the video, I am going to start, you know, Discord wise, I don't know if I'm going to make a new server or not, because the server I have now, there isn't a lot of people in there. It's not as active, but it's, you know, a well equipped server for you guys that want to probably join it for the festival time. You know, there's going to be plenty of raids going on. different, you know, they probably don't do the Dragon Balls for Shenron as well. Don't know just yet, but I will let you know, guys, on a different date. But if you do want to do it, join the Discord, be sure to check out in the description below. And yeah, appreciate you all joining, you know, stopping by. But as always, everyone have a blessed day. It's your boy JB. I'm out.